What is second part of this say? Let me check it. Question number 13 is the mean number of parts. Second part here. Second part say, okay, second part is cos inverse. We have to prove the cos inverse of cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6. It is 7 pi by 6. Okay, now in this case we can read cos inverse of cos. The answer is 7 pi by 6. Okay, but let me take the value of 7 pi by 6. We can write that in what way we can write. Okay, let us take this. This is second part. Okay, so it can be taken as cos inverse. We have cos of 7 pi by 6. Now we can write it as cos inverse. Okay, cos inverse 7 pi by 6 here. So can be written as cos of, let me write here. We can write it as pi by 6 or pi plus pi by 6. Let me write here. Pi plus pi by 6, no problem. Because 6 pi plus pi. Now it is in the third quadrant. Why third quadrant? Pi plus theta. The third quadrant is negative. It will be cos inverse of minus cos pi by 6. It will give us cos pi by 6 is cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2. It is nothing but cos minus root 3 by 2 cos 30 degree. So cos 30 degree is this value. Now we prove that cos minus inverse equal to, if minus theta is there, then it will give us pi minus, its value is pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2, which is nothing but pi by 6. But we just proved that cos pi by 6 is this, and cos of root 3 by 2 is the numerical value. It will give us pi by 6 only. It is nothing but pi minus pi by 6. So whether it is 6 pi minus pi by 6 answer. Now 5 pi by 6 means pi by 6 is 30 degree. 30 into 5 is 150 degree. 150 degree. If in circular functions, then 5 pi by 6 in radians, and 150 degree is in degree. Okay. In sexagesimal functions, sexagesimal terms, you 150 degree. In the radians of circular functions, you 5 pi by 6. 5 pi by 6 is the answer. Okay. This is second part. Let us take now part number 3. To part 3. Part 3 of question number 30. Let me check now. What is part 3? Now part 3 says sine of pi by 2 minus this sine inverse of something. The sine inverse of minus root 3 by 2. Okay, this is the value here. This is part number 3. Sine of pi by 2 minus sine inverse minus root 3 by 2. Alright. Let us take this value. So sine of pi by 2 minus sine inverse minus root 3 by 2. Now if I solve this, or we know that sine pi by 2 minus theta is just sine theta. Oh sorry, this is equal to sine of this. That will give us this value, but let me solve it in solving this internal value. First solve a bracket, that's the logic. This is sine of pi by 2 as it is. This is minus minus plus. It will give us sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Now this is sine pi by 2 plus sine inverse root 3 by 2 is pi by 3. Because we know that since sine pi by 3 or sine 60 degree is equal to root 3 by 2. Therefore, sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is equal to 60 degree or pi by 3 in terms of radians, because in pi by 2 it is given to us. We have write in radians pi by 3. Pi by 3 is the value of this. Pi by 3 means 60 degree. This is 60 degree here. Minus plus we are taking, since sine inverse of minus x equal to minus sine inverse x. This is minus sign that made it plus sign. It is sine inverse of root 3 by 2. This is sine root 3 by 2 is pi by 3. It gives us, let me take LCM, sine of, this is 6 LCM, 3 pi plus 2 pi. It gives us sine of 5 pi by 6. It is 150 degree. We could write it as sine 5 minus pi by 6. Now this is in the second quadrant. 5 pi by 6 can be written as pi minus theta or 180 degree minus theta. The second quadrant. In second quadrant, and it's positive, it will be nothing but sine of 5 by 6 only. For sine pi minus theta is sine theta directly. It is sine theta here. It gives us sine pi by 6. For sine pi by 6 is 1 sine. Sine 30 degree is 1.2. This is 1.2 answer. So finally, this is the answer here. The difference of this 6 pi minus pi 5 pi by 6. Okay, so this is the third part of question number. This answer is 1/2 of this question number. Okay, part 3 of 30. Let me take part 4 of this and the other questions also. Okay, now question number. Okay, fourth part of this is, fourth part, third we have done. Fourth part, cos inverse of, this is the fourth part is cos inverse of cos, cos of cos inverse, cos inverse of cos inverse of cos 4 pi by 3. This is 4 pi by 3 here. Let me write like this. This is cos inverse of cos pi by. We could write directly 4 pi by 3. But 4 pi by 3 means a larger value. We write it in terms of acute angles or like that. Okay, so let me take this as this one. It can be written as, okay, this is 4 pi by 3. If I write it as pi by 2 or pi minus pi by 4, if I write pi minus pi by 3, it is 4 pi by 3, no problem. 60 degree into 60 degree into 4 is. Now if I write this is 60 degree into 3, 180. No, pi by 3, 6 into 4, sorry. It is 240 degree. We can write it as 2 pi to 60 degree. No. We can write 180 degree plus or 180 degree plus 60 degree. That's the point. That means pi plus pi by 3. We can write like this. This is given to us as, let me write first cos inverse 4 pi by 3. Okay, simplify this. This is cos inverse of cos. We can write it as pi plus pi by 3. Okay, in this way we can write pi plus pi by 3. This is 4 pi by 3. There is no doubt about this. Now pi plus theta. This is third quadrant. In third quadrant cos negative. Only in fourth quadrant and first quadrant cos is positive. In the third quadrant cos is negative. It will be minus cos inverse minus cos. Value will be minus cos pi by 3. It gives us cos inverse minus cos pi by 3. What is that? It will give us pi minus cos inverse of something, or this cos pi by 3 that we first write. What is value of cos pi by 3? It will give us, cos pi by 3 is 60 degree, it is 1.2. Cos pi by 3 is 1.2, 60 degree. Okay, cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is 1.2. This is negative value. It will give us pi minus, because cos inverse theta, cos inverse of minus x equal to pi minus cos inverse x, that means cos 1.2. It will give us pi minus, since let me write again, cos inverse of minus x equal to pi minus cos inverse x. This is the formula which we have just proved here. This is the formula where cos inverse of this one. Okay. Here it is. Cos inverse minus x, cos inverse of minus x equal to pi minus cos inverse x. In that way we have done this. Cos inverse 1.2. 1.2 is for pi by 3. This is pi by 3 here. Because just reverse it. Cos pi by 3 is 1.2. So therefore cos inverse 1.2 is pi by 3. It gives us 3 pi minus pi 2 pi. It is 3 pi minus pi upon 3 and 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 is the answer. The answer is in radians here. Pi by 3 into 2 is 120 degree. So equal to 120 degree. 2 pi by 3, 120 degree or in radians, same answer. This is the answer here. Okay, so question number 34, part 4. Part 4 we have completed. Let us take now next part of this. Now part 5 of question number 30. Big part of this is what? A big part is tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4. Tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4. Yeah. This is the value. Again, tan 3 pi by 4. Pi 4 is 45 degrees into 3. That means 135 degree. Okay, so we can write it as, let me take tan inverse. This is tan of 3 pi by 4. Now this value will give us tan inverse tan 3 pi by 4 in witness pi minus pi by 4. No problem. What is pi minus pi? That means 4 pi minus pi, 3 pi, 3 pi by 4. It will give us now tan minus theta. Sorry, what I am writing here. This is tan of this whole in the bracket. I am sorry. Tan inverse of tan. Because inside the bracket we are solving this. Inside the bracket was tan 3 pi by 4. That tan 3 pi by 4 is written as tan of pi minus pi by 4. Okay, so it will give us tan inverse for tan pi minus theta is second quadrant. In second quadrant tan is negative. In second and fourth tan is negative. In second quadrant pi minus theta, this angle falls into second quadrant. Negative is minus tan pi by 4. Okay, it gives us tan inverse of tan pi by 4 is minus 1. This is, tan pi by 4 is 1 and minus 1 here. It gives us minus tan. Tan minus theta is tan inverse of 1. That is pi by 4 here. This is pi by 4. Minus pi by 4. The value is minus pi by 4. This is the answer here. Because in case of tan inverse, tan inverse minus x equal to minus tan inverse x. Because we have to follow the rules of inverse trigonometric functions. And I am following those rules. Because of that, this is minus tan inverse 1. Okay, so this is question number. Okay, question number 5th part of question 30. Question number 13, 5th part complete. Let us take 6th part of this. 6th part. Question number 36th part. This is tan inverse of 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3. Okay, this is tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. Yeah. Sixth part. Tan inverse of tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. Okay, no problem. It can be written as tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. I'm sorry. It's tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. Writing wrongly. So sorry. This is tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. Okay. Now this is okay. Tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. Okay. Let's take tan inverse of tan 2 pi by 3. I'm writing same as it is. Now let me solve it. This is tan inverse. Now can be written as tan of pi minus pi by 3. Why? Because pi minus pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3. Simple. Pi minus theta again, second part tan is negative. It will give us tan inverse of minus tan pi by 3. Why? Because pi minus theta, since let's get here, since tan pi minus theta is equal to minus tan theta, second quadrant, negative. It is minus tan theta, pi. If it is pi plus pi minus tan cos tan sin cos like that. Directly we are taking this. This is minus tan this. Tan pi by 3 is 60 degree, and 60 degree is root 3 only. It is giving us tan inverse of minus root 3. Tan 60 degree is the root 3 value. Okay. And tan 30 degree is 1.8. This is the value. Now it will tan inverse of negative value. It gives us minus tan inverse of root 3, which is minus pi by 3. But tan root 3, tan inverse root 3 is pi by 3. Tan theta for 60 degree is root 3 by root 3. Root 3 tan inverse, therefore tan inverse of root 3 is equal to this angle pi by 3. This is minus pi by 3 answer. Negative value is coming, no problem. Sixth part of this we have completed. Now let me take the next part. Seventh part of this. Okay, now seventh part of that question. What does it say? Seventh part is cos of, it is cos of cos inverse. Now cos of cos inverse minus root 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2 plus pi by 6. Just pi by 6 here, pi by 6. Seventh question, this is seventh part, cos of cos inverse minus root 3 by 2. Okay, plus pi by 6. No problem at all. Let us take this now. So this I am taking, what is, we have to evaluate the value of this. It is cos of cos inverse minus root 3 by 2 plus pi by 6. I am writing this as it is. Okay, left. This is the value. This will give us a cos of cos inverse cos inverse minus theta. We know that cos inverse of minus x equal to pi minus cos inverse x. In that way we have to write this. This is pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2 plus pi by 6 as it is. Since this value is this. Okay, so therefore this is cos of pi minus, of course, root 3 by 2. Cos inverse root 3 by 2 is root 3 by 2 is for 60 degree. Sorry, for 30 degree. I'm sorry. This is for 30 degree. So that means pi by 6. It is pi by 6 plus pi by 6. This pi by 6 as it is. This is minus pi by 6. These two are cancelled out. So root 3 by 2 is for cos 30 cos 30 degrees. Cos 30 degree means pi by 6. Pi by 6 cancelled out. This is cos pi only. What is cos pi value? This is minus 1. Okay, cos pi is minus 1 value. Answer is minus 2. While cos pi we can find in this way. This is pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Okay, but cos pi by 2 plus theta is second quadrant. Cos negative, it will be minus sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 means 1, it is minus 1. Same. So cos pi value, cos 180 degree is minus 1. That we have just proved here also. This is question number 7 part 13 question. Question 13, 7 part we have completed. Let's take part number 8. Yes. So 8th part of this. Question 13, part number 8. Okay, it says sine of. Okay, it says sine of cos inverse 3 by 5. Cos inverse 3 by 5. Okay, so that is the value here. Now if I convert this into sine, that we will just convert. Okay, that is not the point. I'll take that value. So this is cos inverse of 3 by 5. Or if I take, let me solve it here. 3 by 5. Let us take this is equal to x here. That is cos x equal to 3 by 5. Because sin x equal to, if I convert this into sin x, equal to under root 1 minus cos square x. Value of cos x is 3 by 5. It will give us 1 minus 9 by 25. This is cos square x. Cos square means 9 by 25. It will give us 25 minus 9 is 16 upon 25. That means 4 by 5. Only positive value we have taken. It is 4 by 5. Value of sin x. Sin x is, this will give us, let me take this question here. So sine of cos inverse 3 by 5 can be written as sine inverse. So then this 4 by 5 it is sin x equal to, okay, or x equal to, we write here x, therefore x equal to in this case sin inverse 4 by 5, because this we have taken as x, this is x here. In that situation, if I convert this in terms of sine, it will be sin inverse 4 by 5. Let me take sin inverse 4 by 5, and sine of sin inverse is just 4 by 5. Why? Because we know that we add the formula here. Since this property we gave that since sine of sine inverse theta is equal to theta, or we can take here x is equal to x, no problem, any angle we can take. Sine of sine inverse x equal to x, this property. The same property we have used here, sine of sine inverse of 4 by 5 means 4 by 5, this is the answer here. Okay, so simple answer. Question number. This part 8 we have completed. Question number 30. Let us take now 9th part. Part number 9 of this. 9th part. What is 9th part say? 7th, 8th, 9th. 9th is cos of. It is cos of tan inverse 3 by 5. 3 by 4. Tan inverse 3 by 4. Undoubtedly. Again, we have to convert this into cos inverse. Tan inverse is given. Tan inverse, since that, let us take tan inverse 3 by 4 is equal to x. Okay. Or tan x equal to therefore 3 by 4. Okay. If I find value of cos in terms of tan, therefore cos x equal to, if I have to find out in terms of tan, that will be 1 upon under root 1 plus tan square x. Try to understand. Why? Because this is 1 upon secant x. Cos x is 1 upon secant x. Secant is in terms of tan. 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. Secant square theta is this value. So 1 upon secant x will it will come out as 1 upon tan x. 1 upon secant x. 1 upon secant x is cos x. Now substitute the value. This is the value 1 upon. This is 1 upon under root tan square is 3 by 4. Tan x is. This is 1 plus 3 by 4 means 9 by 16. Okay. Tan square x is 9 by 16. 1 upon in terms of cos. It is giving us 1 upon this 16 is LCM. 4 will come out in the numerator. 4 upon under root 25. So 16 plus 9. It is nothing but 4 upon 5. 4 upon 5 is cos x value, or x equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. Try to understand. So in place of x, because tan inverse 3 by 4, we have taken as x, but x in terms of cos inverse this value. So get right here. Cos of tan inverse 3 by 4, we could say this will give us cos inverse 4 by 5. Okay. Or we could take this with the help of right angle triangle. In right angle triangle, if I take this right angle triangle, suppose this is theta here, we have taken tan theta or tan x equal to, so let me take this is x here. If tan x is perpendicular upon base, this is 3 by 4, this is right angle. If this perpendicular, this hypotenuse will be 5, because 3 square plus 4 square is square root of that 5. What is cos theta then? Cos x here is 4 by 5. 4 by 5 cos x is. With the help of right angle triangle also we can do. But if I express in terms of tan, then this is the formula which we have completed. This is the process of solving. Now it will give us cos inverse x is 4 by 5 on. Why? Because since cos inverse theta or x is equal to x only, this angle will only come. So this numerical value will come. 4 by 5 will come. Cos inverse x is x only. That is the point. Okay, so this is the answer. Question number 9, part of 13. Okay, now let us take the next part, 10th part of this. There are 13 parts, I think 13 parts of this. There are 13. So 10th part is, okay, 10th part is sine of cot inverse. Sine of cot inverse is 3 by sine of cot inverse. Here is sine of cot inverse x only. Okay, this is cot inverse x. Sine of cot inverse x only here. Okay, this is the 10th question. Okay, cot inverse x we have taken. So cot inverse x is value. Let us say this is equal to theta. Let me take. Let cot inverse x equal to theta. Therefore, cot theta is equal to x. Again, if I write it in terms of sine, then what is sine value? Since sine theta, if I write in terms of cot theta, it will be 1 upon cosec theta. Let me write sin theta is 1, but cosec theta is in terms of cot theta, 1 plus cot square theta. This is 1 upon under 1 plus x square. Okay, this is sin theta value. Theta therefore equal to sin inverse within bracket 1 upon under 1 or in the angle 1 plus x square. That is the point here. In terms of sin inverse, if I substitute in place of cot inverse, then this is the value. In place of this theta which we have assumed cot inverse x equal to theta, but theta is also sin inverse this. Let me substitute this. Therefore, sine of cos inverse x, this we have assumed. This will give us sine inverse 1 upon under root 1 plus x square. The value we have. So finally, this is sine of sine inverse. That means that the value in that value becomes this is 1 upon under root 1 plus x square answer. It's the same answer to this. Okay, sine and sine inverse cancelled out because we know that sine of sine inverse x is x only, the angle only, the numerical value only. In this case, numerical value because sine inverse of that value. Okay, the answer here. This is the question number 10th part of question number 13. Okay, let us take 11th part of this. There are 13 parts in question number 13. No problem. Now 11th part here. Part 11 is sine of, this is sine of 2 into sine inverse 0.8. Okay, so this is giving us sine of 2 into sine inverse 0.8. 0.8 means 8 upon 10, that is 4 by 5. 0.8 can be written as 8 upon 10. Point is decimal is cancelled out. Now cancelled out by 2. 2 4 to 5. It is 4 by 5 only. I've written down here 4 by 5. Now we know what is 2 sine inverse x equal to. The sine inverse, if I convert that into, we know that 2 sine inverse x equal to sine inverse of x 2 into x under root 1 minus x square. This is the value from this 2 sine inverse x equal to sine inverse of 2x under root 1 minus x square. This is the value. In place of 2 sine inverse of this value, we can write 2 into 4 by 5 under root, because this is x in place of x. Since this is the formula here, therefore let me write 2 into sine inverse of 4 by 5 is equal to sine inverse of 2 into 4 by 5, x is 4 by 5, under root 1 minus 4 by 5 whole square, that means 16 by 25. Okay, that will give us sine inverse 8 by 5, this is already there. Out of